that. Man, when I woke up, I'm so glad I didn't take buys on the break of this high right over here.
I was looking at that too, but I was like, nah.
Yeah, because what I was thinking was this was at 7, and I was like, okay, well, if we had a push at 6, what I've seen is when we have a push at 6, 7 a.m. pulls back. So that's why I was like, okay, thank God I learnt my lesson with that one.
It broke the high quite quick as well. I didn't like that.
Yeah. But for an impulse entry, it would have been the break of the high of this candle to continue up. But it just looks so messy right now. But yeah. Right. I'll probably go check that out in a minute. See if this driver's turned up. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, I was going to check how many subscribers I've got now. Because I saw this morning when I woke up I had a few. Overnight. Ooh, we've got 21 to go. Morning, everyone. Sorry I'm a bit late. I know. To cut a long story short, I've been waiting on delivery. The guy's coming in like a couple minutes, so I'm gonna have to run and grab it. But I've been waiting at my front door, and yeah, I know, guys. I know, late. But hey, better late than never. Look, let's do a little breakdown here because if we just look at the price action, everything looks bullish. So the 30-minute candle is about to close in 3 minutes. It's coming up to close bullish. If we look at the 15-minute time frame, 15-minute candle. So I think the best thing is gonna wait to see if we can get a candle close above 139, 470, right? Because then what's the range here? The range is 20 pips, right? Because I don't want to take an impulse entry up over here because yes, London Open can push us up, but I'd rather wait to see if London Open can, you know, give us a close above this zone. If we look on the 30-minute time frame, yeah, it's just a little bit messy because, you know, price came up, closed above resistance, and then the next candle came down, pulled back. 30-minute candle still open. So, yeah. Then I'm going to wait for a close above 139.475 for buys. Like on the 15-minute time frame, and then we can expect the next candles to also continue bullish. So yeah, really going to try and steer clear of the impulse entries now for the rest of the month. Unless it's an impulse entry that I've taken before, that's worked out a lot of times, one that I'm, you know, very confident in, then yeah, not going to be taking those. Need to take a step back from that for a minute. Yeah, it seems like we kind of tapped into this previous support over here and then we rejected it at 6:15 a.m. So yeah, I think with some volume we can break up. So yeah, perfect. Okay. I realize you much cool. How much Celsius there? Ooh, not sure what you mean there, mate. A little bit difficult to understand what you're trying to say. I realize you. Yeah, doesn't really make sense, mate. But yeah, like I say, guys, sorry for being a bit late. But yes, gold is ranging. We'll do some fresh analysis here, literally when I get back. But if the driver's gonna, oh, I can hear a van. Okay, right. I'm just gonna quickly run to the front door. I'll be back in like a couple minutes. If London Open goes crazy, it is what it is. But I want to wait at least for the first 15-minute candle to close above this area. That's what I'm going to wait for. Because then if we take a break of the high, you know, stop's going to be pretty big. So yeah, I'm going to wait for like a candle to close above this area to continue up. Right, I'll be back in literally a couple minutes. if he's on time. Okay. Right. Okay, sorted out that delivery. Literally, just as I heard the van, he turned up, so perfect. Yeah, so it seems like London Open's kind of already pushed us up. But yeah, I'm just gonna wait over here because the thing is, it can continue moving bullish after breaking the high. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean the 1 hour looks like an impulse entry, but I'm not going to get in that.
yeah, you're right. 1 hour does look like an impulse entry, but at the same time, I don't think it's going to be unwise to just wait for the first 15-minute candle to close because it could pull back. But if we're taking the impulse entry based on the 1 hour, yeah, I see what you're saying. Definitely, we've seen this before. You know, weak 1 hour candle close, next one breaks the high, it should continue moving bullish. But I feel like it's going to be a big push based on the 30-minute. And for that to happen, I think we need at least the first 15-minute candle to close above. Because then if the first 15-minute candle closes above, you know, then I can take buys and then, you know, keep stop below the previous candle to continue moving up. And then, you know, candles should just keep printing bullish at that point. But yes, so how's everyone doing in the YouTube? Good morning, Hugo. Yeah, perfect. So looks like the analysis also played out for the Asian session. Spoke about, you know, when the 4 hour candle, if it can close bullish, it paves way for price to continue up overnight. So where was we in the Asian? Yeah, we were just ranging right over here. And then I spoke about, you know, if we break above this resistance, we can continue up to 139, 350, and then continue on. But yeah. Morning. Yeah, sorry I was a bit late this morning. Delivery duties. Yeah, see now the 15-minute candle has broken the high and it's retracing. Let's look on the 5-minute. Yeah, I think as long as this 15-minute candle closes above this range, you know, if we start seeing the 5-minute like create some support over here, then price should continue moving up. But just gonna wait. Morning, everyone. So yeah, like I say, we're now down to 21 subscribers to go. So it's getting closer and closer to that giveaway. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want to be within a chance of winning the free magic keys. Okay. Morning. My other account blocked from commenting, for fuck's sake. Oh, is that... is that Foe? Freddy? Sorry. Okay, while we wait for GJ here. Oh, by the way, I was gonna say I went to the charts yesterday after the stream, and those Euro NZD buys, they did play out. In fact, it was... Where was it? Where was the buys? Where was it? Right over here. There we go. Yeah, look, the buys played out. Go to the 30-minute. What's the date yesterday? The 8th. Oh yeah, over here. Yeah, the buys played out. We had the 30-minute candle create a high, pull back a bit, and then continued moving up. And then continued on with like 40 pips. It's pretty good. What's your NZD doing now? So it's trying to create like a resistance over here for price to continue down. Let's look in the 15-minute time frame. Well, that would have been a nice sell. There's actually a couple good sells there. Right over here would have been the first one, but oh yeah, see, it's smaller ranges, isn't it? Smaller candles. Yeah, see, if this was GJ, I would have been sells over here. Hey. Okay. Right, we've got 6 minutes left for the first 15-minute candle to close. Right, we're coming into the last 5 minutes of the 15-minute candle. Yeah, gotta wait. We must wait for the candle to close. So, what's our range here? So we said our range now is around 15 something pips. Stop's gonna be around 10 pips. Oh yeah. Oh, perfect. We got 2 more subscribers, so we're down to 19. Come on, guys. I know we can get 19 subscribers by the end of the session. Come on, people. Yeah, come on, guys. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers today. We've got 19 subs to go. Ooh, looks like GJ might continue up in the last 2 minutes here while we've been waiting. I entered at the break of the 5-minute high. Okay, 5-minute high. Oh, right over here. Yeah. I'm probably going to wait for this candle to close. If it runs, it runs. I am really accepting that if it moves, it moves. Because, yeah. Really going to try and... Yeah. Want to be disciplined the rest of the week, you know. Need to stay focused and make sure I'm taking good setups now coming into the rest of the week. Yeah, and then once we break above 139,700, we can continue moving up to like 139,800, you know, and then continue on. So there we go. So it looks like GJ is gonna continue. Hopefully it's gonna pull back. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Let it do its thing. But thing is, it may push. Yeah, we don't really know how high it's gonna push up. You know, but to be honest, like if you took the entry over here, you would have sat through most of the drawdown. You know, you would have sat through a lot of drawdown, and then you can see in the last. Oh yeah, look at that! Wow, people who are in buys, congratulations. There was your move. Literally in the last minute. 15, 14 pips right there. So looks like I missed the move. And that's it. Now we gotta wait. Now we gotta wait for some support. Something like that. But yeah, look at that. 1 5-minute candle. Yeah. But that was the fastest 10 pips some of you have ever made. Oh, damn. Still going over here. Wow. Yeah, looks like some form of break and retest on the hourly, or still going. Imagine waiting the whole time and then the last minute, the last minute it just continues up for 15 pips. Crazy. Yeah. That's it. That is just how it goes. So at this point now, how can we look for a trade? Well, we can't take a buy now, because that would be buying at the high. So I think the only way I can look for a trade now is probably just, to wait for the 30-minute candle to close, see if we can retrace, create some support to continue moving up. So let's look at our levels here. So we've got another range now because the 30-minute is in this next range. This range is 15 pip range, right? More than likely, because prices come up now, we would need a support for it to fill this range. Otherwise, we need to look at, okay, if it breaks above, 139, 820, where can price go at this point? So when we look left, let's go to the 30-minute time frame. When we look left and we see above this range, we're going to see we have another area of consolidation here. So we have an area right over here of consolidation. Okay, so now let's measure this range, and we can see that this range is another 15 pip range, so not a great range. But then what we're also going to see is we're going to see that once we break above 139, 980, 140, then we can continue bullish for 40 pips up to 140, 350. So that's going to be like the ultimate range here. That's going to be our, that's going to be the best range for like buys. But yeah, we've just got to wait. It may just continue on. And so let's see if we got any news or anything here. But yeah, well done to anyone who caught those buys. Congratulations, it's pretty good. News here. No. Yeah, no news really. Your NZD. Yeah. Yeah, just gonna have to wait for like some form of pullback and then a continuation, right? Or we need to see maybe, just maybe this move up's gonna get corrected. We don't know yet. UK MP Gove on Brexit. We need movement from both sides. I'm hopeful that UK's PM Johnson will lay out where movement is required. Oh, okay. That was the announcement there. But yeah, well done to anyone who caught those buys. At least, it played out. So that's perfect for you guys. So that actually ran for 33 pips there within that 30-minute candle. So yeah, well done. So looking back, we discussed this. It was the impulse entry based on the 1 hour, right? Kelsey mentioned this as well. How the 1 hour candle closed weak, and as the next candle was coming up to break the high, there was a higher probability of price continuing up, which is perfect. The only issue I had was that I wanted to at least see, the first 15-minute candle close above this area, right? Because, had I taken a buy right over here, I would have sat through a lot of drawdown, and it would have been one of those times where I would have been like, if it breaks its own low, then it's going to be a full stop loss hit, right? But then in the last minute of the candle, it broke the high and continued up. So you just have to accept that we missed the move over there. But that's just how that's just how London moves. Like sometimes it just does that, and that's just it. This week's been so tough psychologically. Like, to miss a move today that I was like, yep, cool, gonna wait for it. Should be a good move. Confident is gonna continue up, and you miss it. It's hard, but you know that is just like that's just life, man. That's literally just life. I accept that. Okay. So now we have, but the thing is now we have this range here. We have this range here, you know, we have a clean range, we have another clean range. So if this move will get corrected, you know, because we have some announcement or, you know, a pre-MY sees it as Y as GJ moving up, nothing's changed, and it gets corrected, then we can still, you know, so that's it. Yeah, it looks like the daily, yeah, the daily could come up to 14700. Really could at this point. Seems like these daily drops here were like a big liquidity grab, because even if we look, okay, if we look on the monthly time frame as well, if the monthly candle now continues bullish, it can continue moving up to 141,600, right? This is the monthly resistance. If you look on the weekly resistance is at 140,650, right? And that is the previous weekly wick fill. We broke the low of the previous weekly candle. We're now flipping bullish. I definitely think we can come up to 140,600 now at this point. So I think 140,600, 140,700 is on its way. It's definitely on its way. We're closing above this area here on the 4-hour. You know, we just got some issues on the smaller time frames. That's why we're going to need to wait for maybe like a pullback, support formed, and then we can continue on, right? Because this is going to be the ultimate range for price to continue up. This range right over here, you know, because then we're going to be confident, you know, price going to continue up. Look at financialjuice.com. There is news there. Yeah. Yeah. They never replied to my email. He came on the stream. But yeah, he never replied to my email. Okay. Anyway, let's do some other breakdowns here, some other pairs and stuff. Oh, so anyway, by the way, I don't know if anyone ended up taking them, but the sells played out on gold yesterday, right over here, because the next 15-minute candle continued down and it ran for like 30-40 pips over there. So that was nice. Euro NZD also played out that I called out, so it's pretty good. So we're gonna go to gold here in a sec. I'm gonna break gold down in a sec. Right, okay. Just gonna put on the story. Let's get to 1K. I know we can get there by the end of the day. So we got okay, perfect. Let's look at gold. So looking at gold on the daily time frame, we know that we have a support down over here around, what's that, 1860. And what we noticed is the previous daily candle, it came up and it closed above this area here, right? So maybe gold needs to create some support back above this zone, or maybe it's going to do like a deep liquidity, and then I think maybe NY, something like that, is going to continue moving up. We also have this like minor resistance over here from the daily time frame, so we can see this is the area where price pushed down from. So I wonder if we would maybe need to break the high of the previous daily candle to continue moving bullish, right? So looking at that, let's look at the 4 hour. Looking at the 4 hour, let's remove this and let's focus in now. So looking at the 4 hour time frame, what we're going to see is that, yeah, so 4 hour candles came up to a resistance, right? Came up to a resistance over here, and price failed to break above this resistance. But now what we're going to see is how the 4 hour candle is come down in the Asian session and is closed below this support here to the left hand side. So maybe this is going to be a break and retest on the 4 hour time frame for gold to retrace a bit, but right, that'll be against the trend, so we would need to be, you know, wait for like extra confirmation for gold to continue down. But we do have a clean candle to the left hand side on gold. Now let's look at the 1 hour. So looking at the 1 hour time frame, we had like a support over here. Price broke down. It's trying to create some resistance, but we also have this, you know, like minor area here too. So we need this area to break, and then we have clean candles to the left. Let's bring this up slightly too. Look on the 30 minute. 30 minute will give us some more information. Yeah, looking on the 30-minute time frame, price is just ranging right now. But essentially, you know, once we break below this support, gold can continue down, right? So yeah, we would just need to wait at this point. I think if it, you know, closes above 1862, it can continue up and then, you know, correct some of this downside move from the Asian, and then continue on to fill the top of this range. So we had resistance up over here, and then we also have this like area here too. So I think, yeah, a good target for buys is going to be right over here. So yeah, just going to wait here for gold, and then it's our target for sells. Let's look at this range here for sells. This is a 130 pip range, so it's pretty good. Let's go back to GJ. Oh, GJ is just continuing bullish here. It's just continuing up. No pullbacks. Anyone left runners? Anybody left runners here? So yes, no one left runners. Ooh, man, yeah, it's still going, You're waiting for a sell. Ooh, I don't know. I don't think you should. Yeah, I don't think you should left. I don't think you should look for sells. I think you should just have a sales plan in place. You know, I think you should be looking for buys as price is bullish. And then what you want to do is you want to say to yourself, okay, what's the point at which I would look for sells? And, you know, you could say if price creates a support, breaks out support, creates resistance, whatever, and then continues down. How much percentage do you take from your trade and leave a runner? Is 80% profit and 20% runner a good idea? Yeah, I think that's good. That's what I do when I leave a runner. Probably close around 80%. and then let a 20%, 10% sometimes run. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. So yeah, I think if people have runners, I think you should be good at least to 139, 980, 140. See, if I have runners, so let's say the entries over here are secure positions, right? 10 pips, right? And then price continues up. And let's say once this candle reached 139.825, that's the point at which I would, secure. Say if I had 20%, I would maybe close 10% of that 20%, right? So now I'm securing even more profits, right? And now I'm going to be letting the other 10% continue up. Then you might say, okay, well, once it reaches 140, I'll close 5% of that 10% left. And then you can see if you can leave your other position to run all that 5% to run all the way up to 143.70, right? Because then if that happens, you left the small 5% position run, but it's going to amount to more. It's going to amount to a big runner at that point. But if it doesn't, then you've secured positions from your runner. And let's say your runner gets stopped out. You're not going to be like, man, I should have just secured everything. You're securing as price is moving further and further into profits. So guaranteeing yourself more and more profits. I like to close 2/3 and leave a third. Yeah, it's up to you. That is completely up to you. It looks like GBP CAD did the same. Only difference with GBP CAD was its first 15-minute candle closed above, and then the next candle continued up. Ooh, yes, thank you, Matt. Appreciate it. What does that mean? 18 to go? $18 to go. Yeah, so looking at GCAD's kind of similar to GJ. You know, if it can create some support back above this area here, then GCAD can continue moving bullish. I think, you know, first of all, it's going to want to like fill this range up over here, and then it can continue on because we have clean candles, right? If we remove this, yeah. Yeah, I think this area is going to be good. Let's measure this range, actually. So this range is like 16 pips. Not great, but it's pretty good. And then this range is, 70 pip range. See, that's the range I want to be taking buys. Do you leave your runner at BE when you would move up? Yeah, I just leave it at break even. I think if it... I don't know, let's say, for example, you took buys on the break of the high and prices up over here. What you might want to do, and it's completely up to you, is you might say, okay, well, I really feel like we're going to continue today. I really feel like there's going to be some momentum. So what I might do is I might wait for 15-minute candles to close, and then I might trail it, my stop loss, you know. So now your stop loss is 15 pips in profit, you know. So if you want, you could put your runner stop loss below this 15-minute candle, but then what you're doing is you're accepting the fact you're more likely to get stopped out. You're also accepting the fact that if price retraces, you know, that's going to get stopped out. But what you're doing is you're guaranteeing that runner the profits that you would have made, you know. So now that it's pushed up so much, you can say, okay, well, the fact that as long as it respects this low, you know, we should continue on, right? And so on and so forth. So you could trail it, but it's all individual, you know, it's all up to the individual. So we looked at GCAD. Let's look at Euro JPY. Let's clear that because that looks a mess. Okay, looking at the daily time frame on Euro JPY, we're going to see how the daily candles have created a support over here, right? And we're coming up to like a minor resistance over here. Okay, so once the daily time frame, you know, breaks above this area, we can continue moving bullish, probably to, yeah, maybe like somewhere up over here, because we have a lot of wicks in this zone. So like maybe 126, 800, somewhere along there. So let's look at the 4 hour. Yeah, so we're currently like tapping into a resistance. Let's look at the 1 hour real quick. Okay, so 1 hour is in a massive range. 1 hour time frame is in a huge range over here. But let's try and focus in a bit more. So what we're gonna see is that the 1 hour broke above this resistance here. So it looks like it's trying to create maybe like some support to continue moving up. Yeah, so it's kind of already tapped into this area. So I think a good target for Euro JPY is gonna be this resistance up over here, which is another like 16 pips away. Let's look on the 30-minute. Yeah, based on the 30-minute, we have yeah, but then we kind of already tapped into it. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave this zone right over here for EJ to continue up. So right now it's created support on the 30-minute. The previous candle's broken the low, right? So just the probabilities aspect. So probably what you want to see is wait for this current 30-minute candle to close to see, you know, if price can continue up. But if we look at the 15-minute time frame, it's just ranging, right? So we probably want to wait for maybe like a 15-minute candle to close above this area, and then, you know, can continue bullish. So yeah, kind of expecting like a pullback. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what price does. So price is making a high right now. We'd want price to retrace, create some support to continue up. Do you find better success at leaving it at BE? To be honest with you, like I find a lot of runners get stopped out. So I find that maybe 7, 8 position runners will get stopped out. So when I see price do a big move and I have a runner, you know, sometimes I just exit the trade at the point where I'm like, okay, well, it's moved up what, 50, 40 pips. I might as well just secure, because, you know, just sometimes like if I see like 80% of the time it's gonna hit stop loss at break even, then it makes more sense to trail the stop loss, you know. So you have to look at your own. How many times out of 10 does price hit my break even? Because if you think about it, if it say hits your break even, let's say 7 times out of 10, and only 3 times out of 10 does price run to, I don't know, 50, 60 pips. The times where, you know, it moves like, I don't know, let's say 30 pips, right, from your entry, you could have 6 times out of 10 where you could be securing there, you know. So now your P&L is going to be better, because you're not, you know, putting stops at break even, just letting it run all day. What you're going to say is, okay, well, once we hit 20 pips, I'll secure more. When we hit 30 pips, I'll secure more. And I found that when I do that on simulations, it works a lot better. But in real life, I just like to leave a little piece at break even and see, right? But yeah, to be honest with you, perfectly honest, I don't even leave runners that much anymore. Most of the time, I'm just securing 10 pips and then that's it. Okay, so we need to change this to 18. So come on guys, we've got 18 subscribers to go. If we get the 18 on here, then I will do the giveaway live. I will call out the giveaway, you know, the winner here today on the stream. And obviously I've got to put it on the Instagram for those who may not be here today. Can we wait for a pullback? Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. I missed this move, right? Because it happened in the last minute of the candle. That must have been like a 1 minute candle. Yeah, it probably was literally a 1 minute candle. Just unfortunate. So yeah. Everybody liked the stream. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, if you could drop a like on the stream, I would appreciate that. For anybody there. Oh, got another subscriber there. Thank you, Kento-san. Nice. Oh, by the way, once it hits 1,000, you know, the competition will be done like pretty much exactly when it hits 1,000, because don't want people, you know, who've come a bit late or subscribed like after we've hit the 1,000, expecting to be entered in. So yeah, just one of those. I just had the 5 minute create some support. So yeah, just gonna wait to see how the 15-minute candle closes. But if we continue, man, wow, it's gonna be big move here today. It's gonna be a big move because this is the range. This is the godly range, 40 pip range, right? So just gotta stay patient. So what I want to see, maybe I don't want to take an impulse entry, but at the same time, if this candle closes like a weak 15-minute candle above this area here, right, and the next one drops down a bit and then breaks the high, we can continue moving bullish to fill this next range, right? Don't particularly want to take an impulse entry because yes, this is technically buying at the high, so I'd much rather wait for like a support over here for price to continue up. So we'll see. Yeah, I can finally get the channel monetized. Yeah, I can earn my 50 pence a day coming on here. Yeah, me and Kelsey, we looked it up, and it's like I'd earn like a pound every time I stream. So it's not bad. It's not bad.
You deserve it though, didn't you? You've done a lot of streams.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I deserve to get paid at least £1. I mean, yeah. I am giving up 3.5 hours of my time every morning. They got a cheat paying me £1, but oh well. Yeah, man. See, I don't know like how many views you've got to have, or how much like subscribers you got to have, right? But yeah, I just want to see. Yeah, just don't know how many subscribers you basically got to have to like make a decent income off YouTube.
I think it's based off like views.
Do you think?
Yeah. But I think, yeah, like it depends. Like certain audiences like will get paid more than other audiences. Like say your like videos more like educational and that, it may be paid more than like another video. I don't know how it works exactly, but
no, neither, to be honest. I have no idea. Oh, see gold. What's gold doing? Oh, it's breaking up. Gold's breaking up. That's good. Probably gonna wait for the 30-minute candle to close. Financial videos get a good CPM. No idea what a CPM is.
yeah, that's the thing. That's like the thing that like the higher it is, the basically the more you get paid per like 1,000 views or something.
Oh, well, what? So what's CPM then? What does that mean though?
Don't know.
Yeah, no idea. Someone's been watching Biohazard videos. No idea what that is. AJ having a great run this morning. I don't trade AUD JPY, but it shouldn't really. It has no volume. Has no volume at this time anyway. What time is the call? For the magic keys, the call will be whenever we reach 1,000 subscribers. Oh, we got one more. 17 to go. $17 subscribers to go. Perfect. I made only £200 off a 900k viewed video. If it was financed, it would have been over £1,000. Wow. Do you know what? I have no idea how it works, but yeah. How much you get per 1,000 views? I think it's like £1. I think we can do like a YouTube. What did we do? We did like a YouTube money generator. I don't know. Let's do it like that.
I suppose you'll find out like within like another week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so what's my daily video views? So I reckon I get around 500 views now a day. $3. Okay. Oh. No. Okay, let's just go with 420. So I could earn around. I think that's even less than. That's like £15. £15 a month. And average engagement rate. No idea what that is. Let's just do it less.
It basically means like how engaging are like the audience. Like
Well,
I mean,
I suppose people would be watching the stream, you know, if as long as people stay on the stream, you know, for a long time. Let's say
I think it should be quite a bit.
Yeah, let's go like
80%.
Let's say 80% of people are gonna stay on the stream. Yeah, so about a pound a day we're gonna make here. So perfect. Oh, what's this? Oh, CPM. Where does it say that? I want to know what it is. Yeah, what is it? Oh, Okay, here we go. CPM stands for cost per mile. Advertise refer to the cost per 1,000 impressions. This means views. So advertising rate quoted of greater than 30 seconds. Man, I never watch an advert more than 5 seconds. CPC stands for cost per click. God knows. Oh, so what's better then? What's better, to do CPC or CPM?
You get to choose.
I don't know. Maybe. Oh, looks like gold is broken above here. So the 15-minute candle has come up and it's closed above this area. Well, that means GJ would have closed, right? Okay, perfect. So GJ 15-minute candle closed bearish. So we can't take a buy yet. Can't do anything yet. Break of the highs, yeah, not really liking that. Plus there's not really enough range up over here, so so looking at gold, I would say that, let's look on the 30-minute. Yeah, probably want to wait for the 30-minute candle to close. I think it's gonna be the best idea here. See if maybe it can create some support in this area and then continue moving up. It's probably gonna be better. Let's see what GCAD done. Yeah, retraced a bit there with the 15-minute candle. Um, on financial videos, the CPM is higher than on entertainment videos because advertisements are paying more to play the ad because the revenue course they sell, broker get a customer is higher. Oh, I see. Yeah, so I'll probably go with the CPM then. Gold close, candle 15 above the resistance. Yeah. You get given them based on what bracket of video you're in and how PG you are. Oh, I see. Oh, looks like Euro NZD continued moving bearish. Let's look on the 15 minute. Yeah, so thinking that then the sell would have been maybe somewhere over here for price to continue down.
It's gonna mean no swearing now from now on. If you want to get more,
Oh yeah, but sometimes I just can't help it,
you
man.
can't help it now.
I get frustrated. People frustrate me out here. Yeah. Fuck it.
Did you sort out that thing? Did you?
What's that?
With the your website.
Oh, yes. Well, no, not really, but yes. Yes and no, I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a I replied to the email, right? But the problem was that they're an offline team, so I gave them a call. And they were like, yeah, sorry, that department's an offline department. You have to wait for a reply to the email. I was like, okay, perfect. How long is the email gonna take? They were like, okay, well, we know this department is only in 2 days a week. And I was like, oh, well, that's great then. So what, shall I expect to reply next week, next month, New Year? They were just like, yeah, we don't really know what to say at this point. So I just said, all right, thanks.
Just gotta wait, I suppose.
Yeah, it's just, oh man,
Nothing you
that's
can do.
just annoying. It's frustrating, man, because it's like, I said to her as well, I was like, you know, can you not even just check what the reason why they've, like, they've taken off the payments. I'm like, because look, I don't, what's the word? Like, it's all legit, like, you know, everything I'm doing, I'm not breaking any rules. So what what are they going on about? She's like, I'm sorry, we just don't have that information. I can't tell you. I'm like, but surely you can. Like, surely it just says, oh, this reason, that reason. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, so yeah, looks like Euro NZD is continuing bearish. So Euro NZD continuing bearish, but Euro... Ooh, what the fuck is that? Why is it doing that? I think it's because it's connected to my phone. Right, let's just draw this again. Yeah, so 15-minute time frame is just ranging right now on Euro JPY. If we break below this support, then price can continue bearish to 126.300. Right over here. Oh, looks like GJ's coming up. Is he gonna break the high? Flip the 30-minute bullish. Yeah, I think that's a little bit risky over there. Oh, GJ's done the same thing, man. Don't pee me off. Right, let's go again. This area here. Look on the... And then we want to target somewhere up over here. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like the 15-minute candle is breaking the high of the previous 15-minute candle to continue bullish. So another impulse entry confirmation here, but it's a little bit risky, right? Because remember, it's buying at the high, but you know, these are more experienced impulse entries, and I've seen these play out a lot of times. But like I say, I want to wait for stronger confirmation. Stronger confirmation trades here for the rest of the week. Yeah, plus the range is too small, exactly. Because if we measure this range is like 10 pips. But let's say this 15-minute candle closes bullish right? Let's say it closes bullish, and the 30-minute closes maybe weak bullish, weak bearish. You know, there's a higher probability the next one can wick down and continue moving up. Yeah, I'm just waiting over here. I mean, we're definitely coming to 139.970. Whether it's in this 15-minute candle, whether it's this last 5-minute candle is going to do that. Probably actually going to do it here on the 15-minute time frame. For those of you who think it's not going to, it probably is going to push up over here, because we have a range to fill. We have a range to fill, but it looks like we've hit some area of issue on the 15-minute over here. Yeah, I think it's going to continue up. I've seen this happen time and time again. But like I said, not going to be taking impulse entries unless they're ones that I've, you know, really confident in. Yeah, it's going to continue up at this point. So yeah, GJ is probably going to continue bullish. 30-minute, also trying to close like a strong 30-minute candle. Yeah, see, I don't think there's enough range for me to take buys at this point. So probably going to wait. But what we are seeing is this zone now is becoming irrelevant. And what's more important to us is the fact that we're creating a support at 139.750 for price to continue higher. Right, so you in any stocks or funds? No, I don't do any of I don't do any stocks or anything like that. You know, that stuff takes a lot of time to really try and make work. It's difficult. Very difficult. Okay, so it looks like GJ is going to continue up here in the last 2 minutes of the candle. Should continue moving bullish at this point. Obviously, you know, the entry would have been a break of the high. You got like a 10 pip, 11 pip range. Stop would have been. So it basically was a 1-to-1. Right. Yeah, there we go. So price is going to continue up now. It's going to fill this range. And then, yeah, just going to have to wait. A little bit more waiting involved now. But we have a support formed over here, right? So this is the area where if we, let's say we come up to this area and we reject it and we pull back and then, you know, we break 139.750, then we can correct this move. You know, we can continue down at that point. Let's see what gold's doing. Ooh, man, why is it doing this? Why does it keep doing that? Okay. So yeah, looking at gold, looks like the 15-minute time frame is the time frame here to continue bullish. Stop would have been around 30 pips. Yeah, pretty big. It's hard here with gold. If you look on the 30-minute time frame, should continue bullish. Yeah, looks like gold. If it surpasses the high of the previous 4 hour, it's gonna continue moving up. So 1 hour candle closed here on gold. 30-minute candle also closed bullish here on gold. So probably next 30 minutes gonna wick down and then continue moving up. Let's look on the 15-minute. So probably on the 15-minute, not really a good place to take buys here. Probably want to wait for like a support to form and then it can continue moving up. Let's look at GJ. So 15-minute candle closed bullish, right? Closed just slightly above this resistance, but there's not enough range to take buys at this point. Not really enough range. It's like 10 pips. So probably want to wait for buys above like 139, 970, because then we have like a 30 pip range over here. We have this, we just have this clean candle, super clean candle. So this is the area I want to be looking for buys. So yes, but yeah, come on guys, see if we can get to 1,000 subscribers here today. Got still 17 to go. And we all know we can get to 1,000. We all know we can get 17 here today on the stream. Man, imagine I got a DM yesterday. I don't know if they're listening to the stream, but I'm not gonna say who. But I got a DM yesterday, and it was like, "Hello, I really, really, really want to make money, and I really want to change my life. Can you do that for me?" And I was like, straight off the bat. See, this is the thing, right? If you went to any of the, well, not any, not gonna say any, but if you go to most, let's say, mentors or people who can teach you how to, they say they teach you how to trade, but if you go to anybody on the social media or anyone like that, and you said that same thing, they're going to say, they're going to go, well, you're at the right place. Well, you're this. Well, all of that bollocks, right? And you know what my response was? My response was, only you can change your life. That's it. It's as simple as that. You want to come to my group and have the attitude that you're here to change your life and, make a lot of money. That attitude alone is just not good enough. That attitude is the attitude in the back of your mind, because that's the end goal here. The end goal is to join the group so that you can change your life, make money, but that's not your approach to the group. The approach to the group is, I want to learn. I want to learn how. Can you give me the skill set? Can you give me the information for me to do so? What do you know what I have to do to get there? What is required for me to get to that point? All these questions need to be asked. So, like, if the minute someone comes to me and they say, yeah, I want to make money, how much is your group? I'm like, no, you can't come in. It's not about you here to make money. I've got people in here that are really trying to learn so they can pay their own bills, with their own skills. That's it. Skills pay the bills at the end of the day. And you're here to learn a skill. You're not here to try and get rich. This just leads me back to, if you listen to my podcast, I spoke about this, but this just leads me back to that, right? Trading is a skill, right? Cutting carpets is a skill. Building houses is a skill, right? Skills can make you rich, but with dedication, and it takes a very long time. This illusion that trading Forex is the way to become rich. It's not. It's really not. It's unbelievable that people are so naive. People are really naive because at the end of the day, right, any industry can make you rich. That would be like going to, like, you know, literally any industry you can become rich. But all right, in fact, this is a good point, right? If we look at industries across the board, okay, let's put it this way. Let's say we had 100 clothing brands, right? Whether they're your high street brands, your popular brands, or the ones you've never heard of. Out of those 100, right? How many of those businesses are gonna survive? How many of those clothing brands are gonna make it? How many of those clothing brands are going to turn into multi-million pound organizations? How many of those out of 100? 5, 6, maybe 8, right? So how many traders out of 100 are going to be just profitable? Just profitable, not rich, not millionaires, not the millionaire trader that everybody likes to put all over YouTube. Not the Lamborghini driving, rich, free living trader. How many traders out of 100 are profitable? 10? 9? Right? We know the facts. 90% lose 90% of their money. So that would suggest then that only 10 people are profitable out of 100. How many of those 10 live off that money they're earning? Or let's rephrase that. How many of those 10 are multi-millionaires based off of that? I would say maybe 1, maybe 2. So there proves your point. 2 in 100 traders would become rich, right? 2 high street clothing brands would become multi-million pound organizations. 2, I don't know. Just, yeah. Like, that's it, innit? Like, at the end of the day, you come in with that mindset, you might, I'm just going to tell you, the next person who comes to me, I'm just going to say, save your money. I think you need it. I think you need that money. Don't invest. Don't bother, because you haven't you haven't got the right mentality, like, and it's just sad really, because this industry has truly become tainted with this idea. It truly has, and it's no one's fault but these idiots who try and sell crap. I mean, they really do. I mean, now, I don't even want to talk names or anything like that, but now we have reality TV stars, and this is not a joke, these mongrels that, get paid for people to sit there and watch what they're doing. You now have these reality stars trying to teach people how to trade. I could not believe it when I saw this guy that I've seen on the TV, who's a reality TV star, is now trying to sell this Forex course. And you know how much he's charging? This is what I mean. I was sitting there, I was like, I'm charging £250, right, for lifetime access to a mentorship group with real traders who come on every morning and trade the live markets, right? Full transparency with everything we do. I've got so many webinars that the value is just unbelievable. I think I even teach myself things sometimes. Is that, like, I even remind myself of such great concepts, and this guy is charging $2,000 for his course. And he even says, you want to change your life? Come and get this course. You want to be financially free? You got to buy my course. You got to spend $2,000. And I'm like, wow. And people pay it. People will, he's already had, from what it seems, a lot of people sign up.
People would rather pay like loads more money and believe that something's going to do them really good than to actually pay less and actually know they've got to put a lot of effort in. I know. And it's going to take a lot of time.
Well, you know what it is? They see this guy, right, sitting in his rented Rolls Royce that he's rented for the day, or he's rented for an hour just to take the photo. They see that Rolls Royce and they fixate on that, and they don't even see the man. They don't even look at the man like, okay, let me read this guy's body language. Let me see what this guy's about, because this guy is the guy that's going to change my life. This guy is going to change my life. I want to understand his intelligence. I want to understand his mentality. No. That's what you think the smart person would be thinking, because if I'm going to go to someone who's going to change my life and bring me financial freedom, I want to know their mentality. I want to know their daily routine. I want to know how they, their outlook on life. I want to know a lot. I want to know all the things that have created this character for them to be successful, But no. People don't do that. They're going to look at that Rolls Royce and they're going to go, yep, right, $2,000. I'm going to spend $2,000. I'm going to have that Rolls Royce. And it is just unbelievable. Do you know what? Because of dummies like that, I know this isn't everyone's fault, but because of dummies like that, I want to charge more. Because at the end of the day, if Muppets are paying $2,000 for absolute crap, where they don't even... This guy yet... Kelsey hasn't even shown a single chart. There's not one chart. There's not one. This is how I do this. This is my routine. Here's how I trade. Let me show live trade. There's none of that. None of that. And people go and spend $2,000 on this guy. I think I'm too nice to be charging what I do. I'm too nice. I should be charging more. My course should be $10,000, because truly it can bring financial freedom. It truly can. I'm proof. I don't work anymore. I quit my job to do this. So it's crazy. It's absolutely mental. But yeah, there we go. Wednesday rant.
I feel like they try and they catch people that they are desperate. They're in a position where they don't like their job. They're not doing great financially, and they think, I need something. And that is their saviour. That's what they really do believe that's going to get them somewhere.
Yeah, they do. They attract people who are vulnerable, and exactly right. And when exactly what you said, when people are on low incomes, their job's not going well, their job is making them depressed. This is like, he's almost like saying, here, I have the light. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. But it's going to cost you $2,000 to get that light. But I promise you, once you get it, it's going to be... And it's just like, how does he sleep at night? Because he can't he can't sit there knowing that what he's doing is working, Because he's not even any profits. I mean, half of the not even half. 90% of the profits on Instagram are bullshit, right? They're probably edited, photoshopped, demo accounts. They can put the little real badge all they want. There's no problem. When I take when I show my profits, I've since day one showed, here's the terminal, here's the account number, there's the profit and loss. Now I just take a screenshot of my MT5 because I can't be bothered to do that every day. But people have known, my transparency since day one. If you followed me for a year now, then you would know exactly how I do it. You know exactly when I've taken a trade. You can see the commission. You can see everything, right? I have no problem. If anybody ever wanted to challenge me, I'd be like, yep, okay, I'll just show you my terminal. It really doesn't bother me, right? But this guy doesn't even have a profit. If he had, $10,000 in a day profit, I might be like, okay, well, that makes more sense why someone would be attracted to that, right? But there's none of that. And he's got the audacity to charge $2,000. It's beyond me.
I mean, some of them, they'll reel you in and say it's $2,000, and then they'll have extensions onto that and say, well, if you want to get further, you need to pay another $2,000. And then you're locked into it, and you feel like you're obliged to pay more.
Yes, because
it's so evil.
Yeah, because what they'll say is yeah, well, you're only in the bronze group when you pay $2,000. If you want to upgrade to the silver group, right, you want to pay $3,000. We'll get you in the silver group, and the silver group, they make more money. The silver group. And then you come to the silver group, and they're like, well, if you want to make even more money, you need to join the gold group, because in the gold group just kill it. But you got to pay more though, because gold group, man, they're smashing it in the gold group. You know, they're making 500, 600, 1,000 a day. You're like, oh yeah, I want some of that. But I've got to pay more now because I want to be in the gold group. Gold groups sound like they're killing it, right? Then they're like, oh well, you know, now you're in the gold group. We have a platinum group. You know, if you want to make anything up to 10 grand a day, we got people in the platinum group making 10 grand a day, you know, and then you want to join the platinum group, but you got to pay another 1,000, 2,000 to get in there. It's crazy. It's crazy. But these are the scams that go on. You know, this is reality at the end of the day. But yeah, so I'm just going to say, looking at GJ now, you know, 15-minute candles are closing above this minor resistance. But at the same time, you know, there's not enough range for buys at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait at this point. Just wait impatiently. You know, no rush to take a trade. Because to be honest with you, like just to, you know, change subject now, because don't want to be talking about these Muppets all day. But, you know, since taking a couple losses, you know, now I really want to take a step back a little bit, you know, and just really try and focus down on trades that I see happen all the time, and really try and focus, because don't want to be taking more losses during the month and the year, because that will really just affect the psyche. And I want to end on a good note to come back in 2021 to be on the top of my game. 2021, I will be on top of my game. It is going to be the best year. You know, 2020 has been a struggle for a lot of people this year. You know, it's been tough. You know, despite how hard the year's been. Like, you know, I've continued to follow my dreams, as they say. So, you know, next year is going to be, yeah. I've had a year of thick mud this year, but we continue. So yeah, GJ is should continue up at this point to 139.970. But then once we reach that, gonna wait for maybe like a further support above the zone, and then price can continue moving bullish. You know, but we also have to say, okay, what's the time now? 9 o'clock, right? So maybe another hour or so, if price is still just consolidating in this range, you know, there's a chance that we could correct this move, right? Something we've seen happen. So just gonna have to wait.
It would be nice, because I had that zone mapped out since the start of the day, and I was like, this is probably the best area for buys above it.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, this is that range there is like a 30 pip range, being conservative, being like a little bit more aggressive. If you go to the 30-minute, you know, you could argue that this range is 40 pips. But yeah, it looks like GJ is on its way up at the moment. So yeah, should continue moving bullish. Nice sell on gold. Let's look at gold. Okay. Ooh, gold is coming back down, back in the range. Look at this 30-minute. Yeah, I don't think there's a nice sell on gold yet, but I think you could be right. It could be coming. So we'll see. So let's scenario a bearish. Okay, so if the 4-hour trend is going to be respected then, because the 4-hour now has got 41 minutes left, you know, it's looking like it's rejecting this area now. Obviously, we need for this candle to close. Let's look on the 1-hour. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. Like, candles are coming down, but at the same time, like, we have this support here. So I think, okay, the scenario I see is in the next 40 minutes, let's say the 4-hour candle closes as it is. This is a weak bullish candle. So if the next 4-hour candle on gold, you know, wicks up and then breaks this low, we can continue down, right? But we need that candle to close like a weak bullish candle. So we would need this 1-hour candle to close back in this range, or even continue down to the support. You know, you can look for sells now, but like, where would you place your stop? You know, where's your entry? And because now we're just back in this range, and it's a little bit messy over here. So let's look from maybe a 30-minute. Yeah, so from a 30-minute perspective, we would need this support to break. So GJ's heading up. Yeah, only would have had enough range really if buys were taken, somewhere down over here, or yeah, it's only like 11 pip range. It's a very high probability trade. Don't get me wrong. This is a very high probability setup that will continue bullish, but just not enough range. Seems like it's creating a platform for price to continue higher up. Let's look at the 4 hour. Yeah. Okay, so while we got 9 minutes left for this 15-minute counter to close, I'm gonna go make a drink and a little bit of food because I'm getting a little bit hungry over here. But while I wait, while I go do that, so yeah, we're getting closer and closer to the 1,000 subscribers. I really want to try and get it done today. So if anyone's willing to help share and spread the word, let's try and get to 1,000 subscribers. Literally 17 away. We could easily get 17 subscribers here today, 100%. So but also, guys, when taking trades today, I would be extremely cautious because Brexit news is on its way. Today there will be an announcement. For certain there will be an announcement. So be very, very, very cautious. Okay? Be very cautious. So make sure you have stop loss in place. Right, if it keeps doing this stupid thing where man, why is it doing that? Okay. Yes. Okay. So yeah, 7 minutes. I'm gonna go make some food and then I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay. So yeah, be cautious. Make sure if you're taking any trades, make sure you're placing stops. Right. So yeah. Okay, guys. I'll be back in a minute. What's going on, guys? So looking at GJ, yeah, looks like it should continue moving bullish. We just need probably, I think, we need to see a break above 140 and then like a support form, something like that, for price to continue bullish. Don't want to be buying at the high because, as we're coming into 20 to 10, probably going to be some pullback, and then New York, should create, like a support, and then we can continue moving up. So, yeah, man, we just have to wait. Just waiting over here now. Just waiting. Gold. Yeah, it looks like gold's just back in the range. 30-minute time frame back in the range. So we'll come back to gold anyway. Just focusing on GJ here. Let me remove this. Oh, man, if it keeps doing this, why does it keep doing that? That is so... Right. Right, there we go. Don't ask me why it's done that. It keeps doing that. I think it keeps changing it from what my phone was to... But it's just irritating. Okay. Right, I'm just going to quickly eat my breakfast while we're waiting for some form of support to form for price to continue up. Looks like we might miss the whole move over here today. Unbelievable. Yeah, gonna need to wait.
When it moves quick, doesn't it? At the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking, even if we miss the initial push up, it will have to retrace, right? So, something I've been testing even when you miss the initial push and it makes the high and everyone's like, oh man, we missed the move, you know, I'm just sitting there thinking like, okay, well, once it actually makes a high, because it made a high here, but it never really retraced. This is just one retracement candle. You know, but what we want to see is a high, a proper retracement, and a retest of that high. You know, so there's still all to play for here. Man, this would just be one of those weeks that have just absolutely stitched me. But we go again, man. Right, have we had any more subs since being on the stream? Nope. No, we haven't. Maybe we're not going to get it on the stream here today. Okay, looking at the 15-minute time frame now. So the 15-minute candle, it closed a strong 15-minute candle, right? So, I mean, at this point, the only way I'm going to take a trade is if we retrace and create support, because at any point now, like at any point, we're buying the high and just, yeah, I really don't want to do that. So, yeah. Oh yeah, wait, I have another account to sub for you. Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it. So does that mean we've got an extra sub? Let's have a look. Oh, we have. Nice. 16 left to go. Thank you very much. Looking at silver to break 24.4, do you think that's a suitable range to trade? If you send a chart, if you send me a chart, right, of the range that you're looking at, then I can 100% take a look for you. But I don't trade silver, so I can't tell you right now. So what I want to see for GJ is a retracement. I think we should see a retest of like 140, because this is a strong psychological level, right? So I think we should see a nice retest support and then continue up. It's gonna be much better. Gold. Oh yeah, see, gold's just on some crack right now. Yeah, probably want to wait for the 4-hour candle to close. But it looks like the 1 hour did a retest. So if the 1 hour candle closes above this area, right, then there's a higher probability that gold is going to continue bullish. Man, if it keeps doing this thing. Okay. Ooh, Euro JPY. Where was we when Euro JPY was over here? So it was range. Oh man, it's peeing me off. Right. So Euro JPY was ranging, right? And this candle came down. So let's look on the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, there was no confirmation for these sells, but I suppose we had like a weak bullish candle over here. So it would have to have been an impulse entry break of the low for price to continue down over here. So yeah. I think EJ can continue further bearish too. Another 9 pips away. What's GJ doing? Is Kelsey there?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, I was going to say, so literally while I was just making my breakfast, I had a thought, I had a really good idea. Tell me what you think. So for the private group, I'm going to do a webinar, right, over Christmas. And what it's going to do is it's going to be, the webinar is going to be called Impulse Entries That Work. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to really focus on real life impulse entry examples that we see happen on a regular basis. So for example, we know that when we see, for example, like this, right? So this is a really good example here. So we've seen this happen many a times before. We have a 1 hour zone, right? And we have a breakout. We have a 1 hour candle breaking out. We get like a liquidity grab, or we have in the next 1 hour candle come down. But the key is that it closes a weak bearish candle above the area, right? So when we see this structure happening, we know that if the next candle breaks the high, then it can continue moving up. So we know that, right? So this example here, we see happen time and time again. Same with the sells. You know, if price is below support, we see a weak bullish candle 1 hour, continue bearish. So that's an example of an impulse entry that we know that works all the time. So basically how it will work is I split it into like 2 parts. So part 1 is going to be impulse entries that I've seen happen so far in my trading career. And as you know, gaining more experience every session, and we're seeing more and more impulse entries working out, we can see which ones are more sustainable over time and then add them to the webinar. So for example, my favorite impulse entry, my absolute favorite impulse entry that you will never see me, well, no, I probably have missed a couple of them, but is this scenario here. So we have, let's say we have support over here. We have a bullish candle, but it's like a weak bullish candle, right? As like a long wick. Let's say just a tiny wick over here like this, right? And before this candle, we had a strong rejection candle come down to support. So then price is just ranging, but then we're like, okay, well, you know, for price to continue down, it may need to break this low. Now we've seen this move happen time and time again, right, on the stream. So this impulse entry is an impulse entry that works, one that we've seen happen over and over again, and it has its own probability of working out. This is a high probability impulse entry. So I think that's what I'm going to do as a webinar. Just focus on these moves here that we know work, because then if it's something I haven't seen before, we just watch. You know, we watch and we see and we learn. That's it. So I just thought I'd share that with you, see what you think.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I mean, like a lot of us in the group, obviously, we're not as experienced as you, and you know, seeing that firsthand would help us out in not making the mistakes in the future in their lives.
Yeah.
And all that.
Yeah, exactly, man. Especially if you see impulse entries that work, you know, you're going to be looking out for those patterns too. But yeah, no, I just literally thought of that idea while I was making a nice cup of tea. I was like, oh, that'll be a good idea.
I was going to say to you, do you see what I said? You know them part 4 and part 5?
Yeah, I think I read that. Did it not
Yeah,
have this? Not have the right screen?
yeah. On part four, it was like must have been on at the other screen.
You know
I could
what's
hear you
annoying?
talking and that.
Yeah, yeah, no, of course. But you know what's annoying? Because I definitely clicked the right screen because, like, you see here, it has the green around the.
Yeah,
It had that, so I don't know why it's done that. But
I
that's quite
I
annoying.
was actually I was trying to do like my own little recording last night, yeah, and
Yeah.
every time I done it, it was on the wrong screen as well, and
Really?
I couldn't sort it out.
Which webinar was that? Because I'm gonna have to delete it.
It's just part four. It was
Oh, is
only like
it
11 minutes.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hello
yeah,
everyone
you're
and
right.
welcome back to part 5, I believe. So here we go.
Sorry. Let me just. Yeah, you're right. The whole way through, isn't it? Yeah, it fully was.
It's
Unbelievable.
annoying.
Yeah, okay, I'll have to delete that and then I'm gonna have to call part 5 part 4. I'm gonna put it right, fine. Cheers for letting me know though.
Sorry, man.
Right, okay. It's fine. I'll have to add a new part 5 in later on. You must have been the probably only one to watch it so far then.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah. So yeah, just waiting for like a support or something to form now on GJ. Because I think we should see like a heavy pullback before we continue further up. Because we're coming into the 1 hour candle close, right? So we may see like the next candle wick down and then so it's gonna be good. Still waiting over here. Hoping this last 5 minutes ain't gonna be a explosion. So yeah, I want to see this pullback, create some support, and then we can continue moving up. So yeah, this is perfectly done. But obviously, if this 15-minute candle closes below 140 or 139.970, then it's probably going to retrace back down to 139.750. So we need to see. Oh wow, yeah, look at this 30-minute. It's very important where this candle closes actually. Because let's say this 50-minute candle closes back in this range here, then I think like the buys become way more difficult at that point. You know, it does become very difficult. Because then the 30-minute candle will be closing very weak. So yeah, let's just wait for this candle to close and then obviously we can assess it. Gold. I think this 30-minute candle on gold is gonna, once it breaks its own low, But then it's, yeah, see, I think what's going to happen here, sorry, because I didn't read how long minutes it had left. So if this 30-minute candle closes below this range, it will be closing a weak 30-minute candle, right? Look at the 1 hour. 1 hour still closing above this area, though. It's the only thing. 4 hours also coming to a close. So yeah, let's just see how it closes, because I think we're going to see, I think we could see I think we're going to see a nice push, but it hasn't quite given us confirmation either way yet. Because there's quite contradicting analysis here. Because the 4 hour, there's more of a bearish bias. But with the 1 hour time frame, there's like more of a bullish bias. But with the 30-minute, there's more of a bearish bias. Because the 30-minute, you know, closed back in this range. So, yeah, so it's actually quite messy, to be honest, gold right now. Ooh, GJ. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait and see here. All we need now is an announcement, and it's gonna go. Oh, what's this now? A 1-off 5% tax on wealth. Okay, so what does that mean? What does that mean? $8 million residents. Yeah, see what they do is they borrow billions of pounds, you know, of just Mickey Mouse money, and then take from working people. That's how it goes. It's pretty unbelievable. You know, the only I like the way how they twist it. To pay for pandemic. The only reason the pandemic cost the economy money is because they shut down the economy. That's the only reason they made that decision, not the pandemic. You know, the pandemic didn't cause an economic recession. The lockdowns did. They are continuing talks at 7 p.m. Oh, nice. Didn't know that. Tories for you. Yeah, I don't even know if they can call themselves conservatives now, man. I think Boris is more of a liberal now at this point. Okay, so if you look at the 15-minute time frame on GJ, it's actually closed back in this range over here. It's closed below this area, but yeah, let's look at the 30-minute. See, 30-minute candle closed bullish, closed below this resistance here. Let's look at the 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour candle closed bullish as well, below this area over here. So yeah, I think I'm not really sure what's going to happen yet. You know, we need to obviously wait, because we have a support down over here, but obviously at the same time, you know, price also created a support right over here to continue up. So we may like react to this area, but I wouldn't be looking for sells until we were below that 139.750, because then, you know, we have a clean 30 pip range. Johnson von der Leyen, dinner tonight due to start at 7 p.m. UK time in Brussels. Yeah, nice, man. Yeah, I think we should hear something then early evening. Yeah, obviously, yeah. I think we're probably going to hear some announcements during the day, which is going to cause a little bit of volatility then. But, you know, bring back Thatcher. Yeah, you're not wrong, man. She'd be doing a good job right now. She'd be showing these Muppets what conservatism is really about. So now the 15-minute candle has broken the low of the previous 15-minute candle. I think it's going to come back into this range, this vicinity here. So, yeah, Boris, I don't even want to get like all political, man. No point. It's just a waste of breath. Yeah, why don't these politicians take a pay cut to pay back for this pandemic? Why don't they do that instead? Remember when Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead, went to #1 in the charts when she died? Yeah, but you know, people hate conservatives, man. They do. Well, the liberals do anyway. They yeah. Oh, I don't know, mate. I don't know. Don't want to offend any liberals in here. To be fair, as traders, people shouldn't really be liberal. You should be more conservative-minded, you know. But yeah, there are a few. But I don't want to offend anyone. People are entitled to their political views. But yeah, liberals do get a little bit too emotional. Yeah, actually way too emotional about things. But yeah, Boris is no conservative, man. Boris is no conservative. So 15-minute is gonna bearish. 15-minute candle close bearish below this area. It doesn't mean that price is definitely coming down, but what it means is there's a higher probability now that it's gonna come back into this range, into this vicinity, right? So that doesn't mean you can take a sell, because you know what can happen is this candle can wick down, maybe tap into this minor support, and then it can come back above the range. Something that can happen, right? So like from a sales perspective, you know, we need like a break below this area. But actually, if you think about it from a 30-minute perspective, right, this is actually support right over here. This is support on the 30 minutes. Actually, this is going to be a good little teaching point here. So you see how price came up, made a high over here, wicking down, generating liquidity, and we created this platform, this support, for this high to be pushed. So we tapped into this area 140, 100, and now we're retracing. So when this current 30-minute, if it breaks the low of the previous 30-minute, we can continue down to, you know, to fill these wicks over here. But then, you know, there's no confirmation for that, because you know, we would need a close below this area for that to happen. But more than likely, if this candle is going to continue down, it's just going to drop and fill this range. So once we break these wicks, we notice that at that point we have the clean candle to the left hand side, right? With that clean candle. Now when you look on the 15-minute time frame, this was the area that price created support, and then that impulse entry that played out worked from the zone. So if we break the zone, then we are coming down. We are coming down to correct this move, right? And then we're gonna reach 139, 450. That's what's gonna happen if we break this zone here, but only if we break this zone. You know, and plus, you know, it's coming to, we haven't really got that much longer left on the stream here too. We've been here for like what, 2 hours already, no trade. Yeah, so this candle, it can close back above this range here, and then if it does, you know, there's a higher probability that price can continue up to retest the high and then continue up. So yeah, we need to see if this first 15-minute candle closes bullish, there's a higher chance that this 30-minute candle is going to respect the previous 30 low, and then maybe even come up to, you know, fill the wick and then continue on. Can happen. But I want to see something, you know, preferably that I feel more confident in. Politicians should take this vaccine as well. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think anyone who wants to take it should take it. If you don't want to take it, you don't have to take it, you know. Thought we lived in a free society. And for those people that will say, oh, well, you know, we should make people take vaccines. Well, I'll say this to you. Fine. You want to get your own way with this one. No problem. But when it comes around to something that you want and you want to do, and your government says that you can't because now you've given, you know, less, or you've given them more power, and you've taken away more freedoms that we have as citizens, you know, then that's the moment it's going to hit hard, and it's going to hit home, and they're going to realize, you know, we were supposed to be in a free society. you know, if you really think about it, like, these governments, like, they're people too, right? And yeah, you can say, oh yeah, they're people too, but the truth of that is that then they should understand about freedoms. You know, they should understand about individualism. They should understand about, you know, we're all adults here. We're all in control of our own lives. We should be able to make our own decisions. But it does seem to be the more liberal-minded people that like the idea of, you know, bigger government, more powers to government, you know, make things more mandatory. But yeah. So it's been a lot of waiting here today, but at least we're seeing clean moves now, because, you know, the rest of the week has been very choppy. So it's still nice to see, you know, price making like clean moves. Yeah, so as you can see, the 15-minute candle is flipping bullish. Yeah, probably going to respect this trend over here. Yeah, I think we still can continue moving up, but it's at what point do we? Oh, yeah, see, 15-minute candles pushing up now at this point. But there was no confirmation for this push here. I think the only way we could have got this is based on the 5-minute time frame. It's a little bit risky. Well, not a little bit, quite risky. So, yeah. We've got 4 minutes left. Okay, well, we've got this couple of minutes. Just look at gold, see what gold's doing. So how did the 4-hour candle close on gold? It closed a weak bullish candle, right? So I think if the current 4-hour breaks the low of the previous 4-hour, gold should continue moving bearish. The only issue we have is the 1-hour time frame closed above this resistance here. So that's the only issue I have with gold at the moment. Yeah, very messy right now, gold. Okay, so if we look at the 15-minute time frame here on GJ, the 15-minute candle, it closed bullish here, right? The only issue I have is that we have a resistance like 9 pips away. It can continue moving up from this area, right? It does make it higher probability for the 30-minute to, continue up to fill the wick and then continue on. But yeah, just not really like. See, when I had this same scenario with sells, where we had a candle close below resistance, and then the next 15-minute candle closed back above resistance, I got caught out on an impulse entry on this exact same scenario, just the opposite. So yeah, probably gonna if it works out, probably gonna miss this move because just not really confident enough to want to take a buy up over here because we have this resistance here at 140, 100, so yeah, probably gonna wait to see. Yeah, let's probably wait to see how the 30-minute candle closes, because if the 30-minute candle closes bullish, then at least the 30 minutes breaking, above this area here, and then we can see at that point if it may create further support. But just not really liking the buys right now. If people want to take buys, I think you could take buys on the close, keeping stop below the current candles, like 10 pips. You've got a resistance right over here, which is at 9 pips away, so you could secure something there and then let a portion run to 142.75. But yeah, I'm just personally not quite sure, because there was an example. Let me see if I can find the sell that I took that didn't work out. It was a very similar situation. Yeah, it was right over here. So price made a low, right? We retraced back to this area, and obviously remember I was saying, okay, we need to respect this area as a resistance. So this candle closed above, which the 15-minute bearish candle closed below, and then this candle came back in this range, and then look, we consolidated hard. We never retested this low, so probably not gonna want to make that same mistake. But there we go, it looks like it is playing out. Yeah,
this week's been hard. Like, obviously I took 2 losses on Monday, and like ever since, I've just sat here and waited, and like every time something's kind of presented, it's just not felt confident. And yeah, I suppose it's good though, because like it does build that discipline of just waiting for your good setups to happen.
Yeah. My concern here is this seemed to be quite a big retracement. Obviously, we're respecting the trend still, and I think there's a higher chance we're going to continue up and down, of course. But if it didn't work on Monday, like, am I going to give that same idea a go now? Probably not. Not to do with like, the probabilities aspect. But when a trade doesn't work out, you do have to ask yourself, why did the trade not work out? So when I look back at those sells, right down over here, okay, price had this candle closed below this area, in terms of this candle closed below and this candle closed below, then I would have felt so confident to take that sell, right? But the issue I had was, even though this candle closed back below this area, we can see how, it just consolidated. It just kept consolidating. So it almost was like the volume died out. Now, if we look at the time that this happened, what's the time? This was 10 a.m. This is the same time. And then 10:15 we ranged, 10:30 range, 10:45 range, 11 range, 11:15. So now we're in New York range, 11:30 range, 11:45 range, 12 o'clock volume, big push, right? Why is that? Coming into, hour before New York price, and then boom, did a move later on. So around MY session, did it actually break out? But yeah, it looks like, yeah, no, I'm joking. That's kind of matches up. But yeah, no, I don't really like these buys right now. I think it can continue moving up, obviously, but I'd actually much rather miss this move and be like, okay, right, okay, this is where I could have entered, this is where I could have entered, rather than taking a trade now, taking another loss. Like, I am really gonna, my next trade has to be a win for my sanity. It has to be a win. So if I don't like something, I'm staying out. Is it good to wait for NY sesh on a Monday? Let it settle down on London set. See, I don't know, man. I think if you're just trading the London session, just stick to the London session. You know, if it's not working out, if it's just ranging, if it's choppy, then just come back the next day. That's the best thing. You know, I think when you get more experienced, see, I'm gonna say that, but people will still go and do it. So, but like, when you're more experienced, you can say, okay, well, now I may wait to NY. But you have to be experienced trader. You almost have to say, okay, we're choppy now. I'm going to leave the charts now, take a break for an hour, 2 hours, and then I'm going to come back. That's kind of what you have to do. But that comes with experience. So I personally, I wouldn't put that in your mind right now. I'll just, look, if you trade the London session, just for 2021, just trade the London session. Just focus on the London session. You take a loss, come back the next day. No trade, come back the next day. If it's choppy, come back the next day. That's the best thing to do. You know? That's it. Yeah, see, it kind of tapped up into this area, and now it's retracing. So what? Could have got like 9 pips, but what's that? Like, it's not enough range. It's not enough range.
Oh, the stop would have been bigger than the reward, kind of thing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, plus, if we look at the previous 30-minute, like, I closed below this zone. And a lot of times, price may just continue running. But I do also have to remember, like, how many times is that going to happen? And, you know, we need to wait for proper confirmations. But let's measure this range. This range is around 16, 17 pips. That could work. You know, if we get a candle closing above this minor resistance, then there's a higher chance we'll continue up. But looks like it may go. You know, price creates it. Yeah, I suppose it makes sense. Just wasn't really confident in the idea. So that's it, really. You know. But like, as part of missing moves, when you miss a move, it teaches you a lesson. You know, it teaches you where you could have, like, if you miss a move and you call it a day and you never look at that, then you deserve to miss it. You know, you don't deserve to catch that move. But if you miss the move and then you spend 20 minutes, half an hour really trying to see, you know, where could I have caught that move? You know, like, there was a nice sell over here at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. there was a nice sell. You know, this candle came down, closed below this area. 7 a.m. push down to support. Maybe not a lot of range, but like, you know, that would have been a nice move. Then you could have said, okay, we could have taken a break of the high on this 15-minute. Then that would have been a break of the high on the 30-minute. And then you can say, okay, well, that made sense. See, here's in fact, looking back, I should have been in buys, and I'll tell you why. Because we actually have 3 confluences here, and I'll tell you why. So this 15-minute break of the low high was an impulse entry I took on Tuesday that didn't work out. It didn't work out. Now, I looked at it, and the higher time frames didn't have as much confirmation. So let's look at that quickly, if I can find it. Because I think it's going to be a good little teaching point here. Man, where was that buy? Where was it? Let me try and find the actual price on MT5 and then. So. No, it was a sell. That's why. I took a sell, sorry. It was a sell. So that sell was at 138, 824. 138. 138 824 somewhere. It was over here. So same scenario, right? We had a support over here, right? 15-minute candles. We're closing at this area, breaking the low. Now this 15-minute candle broke the low of this previous 15-minute candle. Now we had clean traffic to the left, right? We was coming into volume time, so I was really expecting price to continue down. Now let's look at the 30-minute in confluence with what we had an example here today. So in confluence, we had a strong bearish candle, but the 30-minute candle closed a strong bullish, right? So here's why that impulse entry didn't work out. Now we go back, we look at the 1 hour. The 1 hour candle also closed strong bullish. So we never had like a weak candle. We never had like a weak candle. Now, same example, when we go to GJ from this morning, now I can understand why the impulse entry worked out. Because yes, this candle closed bullish and wicked and then closed below the range, and then broke the high to continue up. The reason why this buy would have worked out is because when we go to the 30-minute, we had a support forming over here, which closed at resistance. We look at the 1 hour. The 1 hour closed a weak bearish candle, right? So we had a weak candle, first confluence. We had a support formed at resistance, second confluence, and third confluence. We have the final 15-minute breaking the high of the previous 15-minute candle. So that there, to me, was a AAA impulse entry looking back, you know. But we have to, I had to miss it for me to realize how good of a setup this was. And now it's even, in fact, this has taught me something, because I'm looking at this, I'm like, okay, so we had 1 confirmation, 2 confirmation for an impulse entry, 3 confirmation for an impulse entry. So now I can think, okay, and 4 even, because the 4-hour candles were closing above resistance. So we had many confirmations. And now if we look, 15-minute candle tapped into this resistance, and now it is retracing. So probably what I'm going to do, probably want to wait for a 30-minute support over here. Not going to want to take a buy like on the close of this 30-minute. Probably want to wait, see if we can have like a support forming on the 30-minute. So maybe going to be a trade after the stream, maybe even a no trade, but just not really liking anything right now. So I think it was a good idea to sit out of that small move there. You know, there wasn't enough range anyway. But yeah, so looking back, there was plenty of confluence for this move up. You know, and that's it. You just got to see how you could have caught it and move on. Gold. No one said anything. Gold doing anything. It's coming down. It's coming down. Has it broken the 4-hour low? It has. It has broken the 4-hour low. Just remember though, gold is not like GJ with impulse entries. It's a little bit more risky. It really does break highs and lows and then continue in other directions. So do be cautious, but we're just thinking out loud. So yeah, we're kind of at this area here on the 1 hour, 30-minute. So 30-minute candles closing at support. So it's gone to 15. Yeah, so probably want to wait for gold here too. But I think gold should continue bearish. Maybe it's going to fall back to this area here, 1840, to continue further up. But smaller time frames are screaming sells, but the higher time frames are still like quite bullish. Okay, last 50 seconds on the 15-minute time frame. See, the 15-minute candle is closing very weak at this point anyway, so it makes it very difficult. Right, are we adding more subscriptions, subs before end of the stream? No. No more subs. So it looks like the winner will not be announced today on the live stream. You guys have let me down. I know there will be a few amongst you who aren't even subscribed, but will be sitting there just reading here right now that 4 lions have tested positive for COVID-19. Maybe they're gonna have to.
I saw that.
Yeah, maybe we have to quarantine.
Crazy news.
Yeah, man, never thought we'd live through times like this. So yeah, man. I think at this point, like, I think there's no buys, there's no sells. I think the only buys that like you could take is based on the fact that 30-minute candle closed above this range. So from that perspective, you know, we should respect the low to continue bullish. But at the same time, like the way the 15-minute candles are closing, you know, is not really a great confirmation for price to continue up, I think, at this point. So yeah, I think I'm going to sit this move out if it does happen. For the minute, anyway. Boom, there's one more sub. Oh, really? Couldn't even, didn't come up there. Oh, you're right. We're down to 15. 15. Yeah, man. Literally 15 subscribers isn't even a lot. It's probably the amount of people who aren't even subscribed who are just sitting there watching right now. Oh, it was Foe. It was Foe. Well, Foe's other account. Oh.
I'm gonna head off now. I think.
Yeah.
I think I'm done. Yeah, man.
No worries, mate. I'll
Cool.
see you tomorrow, yeah?
See you tomorrow, man. In a bit.
Sweet. Bye. Oh, looked at the 30-minute candle was pushing up over here. Was it buys on the 30-minute close? Was that the move? Maybe. Well, it's looking like it, wasn't it? Stop would have been 10. Yeah, just don't really like these rejection wicks here. Okay. So yeah, probably gonna call it a stream here soon in a minute. Gold just ranging. GJ not really doing much. GCAD same. Euro JPY. Oh, Euro JPY did continue moving bearish. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at an impulse entry over there. Very difficult to catch though, EJ. That move there was very difficult. Yeah, maybe the 30-minute close may have been the move, but not really sure at this point. Yeah, it's moving like 7-8 pips at this point. Okay, so yeah, probably gonna call it a stream here soon in a minute. Just gonna do a quick rounding off. Look at gold. So gold is obviously just back in the range, but essentially, you know, we are maybe expecting this 30-minute candle to create some form of top wick and then potentially continue down, right? Because we're at support right now, and once we break the support, you know, we have a clean candle to the left-hand side. So yeah, it's a big range. It's a big hefty range. So yeah, probably gold's gonna see more of a bearish session at this point. It would definitely seem. GBP CAD, yeah, it kind of looks very similar to GJ right now. You know, it's just kind of consolidating for a bit here on the 15-minute time frame. You know, we would need, yeah, probably need like some further support, break above this area, and then we do have a clean candle to the left. But yeah, probably need a little bit more volume here. Probably wait for like New York volume too. Euro JPY looks good to continue down. I think, yeah, good impulse entry would have been right over here for price to continue bearish. FTSE, we didn't really look at the FTSE today, but it's just kind of ranging right now. Okay. So GJ is kind of retracing a bit here. So yeah, as we're coming to the end of the stream here, obviously anyone who's not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Obviously we're going to be doing the Magic Keys giveaway at 1,000 subscribers. We've literally got 15 subs to go. That's literally it now. So we're nearly there, man. We are nearly there. So hopefully by tomorrow's live stream we should have a winner, or even on tomorrow's live stream we should have a winner. Okay, so let's see how many subs we got here before we call it a day. Yeah, still 15 left to go. I think the move here is going to have been the 30-minute candle closing above this area. The current 30-minute candle is on its way to fill in the wicks and then potentially continuing on. 1 hour. Yeah, it didn't really pull back that much, but it might even just consolidate here for a little while. Okay, so gonna call it a stream there today, guys. Thanks very much for coming along. Those of you in buys, I think a good target's gonna be 142.70. Obviously, I might see, you know, what kind of happens in another like half an hour, hour's time. See if we get some more volume. Seems like the volume is dying out a little bit. Might just consolidate here for a little while. So yeah, obviously gonna look at that. For gold, I think gold should continue moving bearish, but obviously just be cautious. And yeah. Anyway, guys, have a great day. I know there's no trade on the stream here today. Obviously, we know now how the trade could have been taken, you know, for price to continue up, but yeah, it just didn't really happen like that, you know. Just it was very difficult. I literally had 1 minute to wait for this candle to close, and then in 1 minute the whole move happened. So we had the right idea, right? If price closed above this resistance, it would continue up, and it was just a probabilities aspect that it couldn't close above, and it continued without us, and that's literally it, man. Nothing we can do about it. So yeah, anyway, guys, thank you very much for coming. We'll see you all tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. GMT. On Friday, we're gonna have a special guest coming in. I know you've all heard of her, potentially. Fundamentals trader Sharma will be coming in, so that's going to be good. She's going to be discussing some, like I say, fundamental stuff. I think some Euro JPY technicals. You know, she's pretty good with Euro JPY. I think she's going to talk about some stocks as well. I know she does some other investment. So yeah, just try and hear from her, and yeah, should be really good. So first guest on the live stream this Friday. Make sure you tune in. Gonna hear some different perspective, different analysis, so that should be really good. Anyway, guys, thanks very much. Hope everyone has a good trading day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Oh, look at that. Just on the last tick, we got a subscription there. Thank you very much. Yeah, gonna change this quickly to 14. Got 14 left. Hopefully we can get it by the end of the day, maybe. That would be great. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, guys, and then you're going to be entered into that Magic Keys giveaway. Okay, so thanks very much, everyone, and we'll see you all tomorrow.